Hi, my name is Lourdes Kessler, and I work for the Wyndham Hotels and Resorts. And we're going to be presenting today on Flowcase and how we're using workflows. I'm going to have Karthik Perathito, who is from my team. If Karthik, you can introduce yourself.
Hello everyone, this is Karthik Perathito. I'm a lead engineer for Identity and Access Management services. At Wyndham, my job responsibilities include evaluating identity and access management tools for continuous improvement of provisioning and SSO operations.
Great, thank you, Karthik. So today we're going to talk about how are we using workflows. So we're going to go over what our challenges were, what solutions we put in place with workflows, and the value of using workflows functionality in the use case that Karthik is going to go over. So Karthik, you can take it over from here.
Yep, thank you, Lourdes. So before I go through the challenges before using workflows, I'll just highlight what we have at Wyndham. We have a dedicated franchisee tenant for our franchisees, and all the franchisee users are mastered by Salesforce. And I'll go through the use case of the requirement to sync the additional multi-value attributes from Salesforce to Okta. So I'll take this use case and explain how we had it before workflows and after workflows. Next screen. Yeah, like you see here in this slide, we have like 6 challenges here. So let's focus on the first challenge. Like you see, Salesforce ON app doesn't support fetching additional attributes from other custom objects. So our user information is spread across different objects in Salesforce. So we were not able to get those additional attributes using the out-of-the-box connector. So for that, as you see in number 2, Salesforce team developed a custom web service, REST web service that populates the data based on the endpoint you call in a JSON format. So what we did is for the create user event, we make use of the workflows. That for that purpose, what we did is like we developed a custom endpoint outside of Okta and call that external endpoint using the Okta workflows. So that endpoint basically calls Salesforce web service and update the user profile whenever a new user is created. So similarly, like if you see point number 4, similarly, like for any profile updates, what we had done was we developed a custom script outside of Okta that calls the Salesforce endpoint last modified by and get the records which are updated and call the Okta APIs to update the user profile. So if you sum this up, right? So we and you look at our code repository, we have like around 500 lines of code that we have to manage, and we thought it's hard to manage for a future growth. And also the another important challenge is like we had to keep up to date with the code scans and vulnerabilities as well. So yeah, next slide. So here comes the workflows, Okta workflows, right? So I take the same use case, I split into 2, like how we did it with the Okta workflows. Like if you see the first one, populate user profile in Okta and user creation. So for this, what we did is like, as you know, Salesforce has many out-of-the-box connectors available in workflows. So we made use of Salesforce connector and their cards. So here for this scenario, we made use of Salesforce custom API card to call the web service. And then there are a lot of other cards in Okta where you can do the data transformation and the data massaging. So using those cards, we are able to update user profile in Okta whenever a new user is created on a create user event. We call this flow to update user profile in Okta. Similarly, for the second use case, what we had done was like to sync the user profile periodically. We have this scheduler event in Okta that calls the Salesforce web service by last modified by endpoint and get the records which were updated in the last X minutes. And we do the data transformation and update the user profile in Okta. Yeah, you can go to the next slide. So the advantages, obviously we do have advantages. So moving over to workflows. So the first advantage is like we moved to the low code approach here. So workflows made us reduce a lot of development there. And also the troubleshooting any sync issues has been very easier thanks to Okta with the new feature they included recently, searching the workflows history. that helped us troubleshoot the issues, if any network issues happened out there or not. And obviously the server and infrastructure cost saving. So earlier we had it as a script, and also the resources developed outside of Okta. So we had to decommission all those with the workflows. And easy transition over to the admins who has no coding experience. So we just had few admins joining our team, and we just had a small KT session with them to go through what workflows are doing, and they're able to see what is going on currently with these workflows. Yep. Over to you, Lourdes.
Okay, so thank you, Karthik. So now I'm going to go over the value, which I think is something that everyone will appreciate. So one of the aspects of moving over to workflows was we were able to build faster and build and test faster. And it kind of broke it down by 3 weeks of development, and it took it down to 3 days, which is so much better for the engineering side. And then in addition to that, we have 85% of the average reduced cost of ongoing development label, because we needed to have specialized skills in order to do the coding. So this reduced 85% of the cost of getting development labor. And this also reduced the engineering time, because we're able to do some custom apps access reports from scripts. So this just cut it 50% in providing these scripts to the users, to the users. So one of the things that is great about this is that because you don't need developers, you can have an Okta admin doing this work when you need to make any changes. So workflows really changed that for us and made it so much easier. So these are the kind of things, as we talked about today, the challenges that we hit, the solution, which was workflows, and these were just the great value that we got from using workflows going forward. So we hope that this presentation was helpful for you, and that you're able to find all the good things that we have in workflows. Thank you so much for your time.